Before I start this video, guys, if you like these kind of videos, please consider subscribing to my channel and hit the bell notification so you guys can see every time I post a new video.
Perfect.
What is going on, everybody? RC Propaganda here, and in this video I'm just going to cover everything that I've done to my ERevo 2.0 rebuild. I really want to name it, but I haven't really thought of any names. I think I'm going to kind of do the car thing and come up with a girl's name. So if you guys got any suggestions on what I should call her, let me know down in the comments. So I'm going to pull the camera in and we're going to go over this truck and I'll show you guys everything that I've done and my complete setup. So let's do it. Alright guys, so here is the ERevo 2.0. First off, obviously you can see my grain wing and my new body. So we'll just talk about the body real quick here. Still using, a factory body. So I got the quick release with the cage. The cage is really nice on this truck. I really like that. Part of why I went with the Traxxas body, although Proline makes one, you can make use of the cage, but this body was a little bit cheaper, which I discussed in a previous video. You can see I flex sealed it, it is good to go. Added the RPM body saver, so it should hold up quite a bit better. But let's get into the real parts of the truck and the setup. So I got Mamba Monster X ESC with this Hobby Star 2000 kV motor. Should be good to go. I put the little switch in here. I could have used some shoe glue or something, but I have a feeling the switch isn't going to hold up. Usually these castle switches, they just kind of turn on and off, well, turn off rather when you hit big jumps. So I'll probably just going to cut the wires, solder them together. No big deal. We'll see how it holds up. Curious to see how this Mamba is going to be in this truck. Steering this beast, I got this Savox high voltage titanium gear servo, so that should be around 500 inches of torque with, it's just a single servo setup. So I got the aluminum STC racing arm on there with a nice servo horn. It's not all hooked up yet. That's the only thing I got left to do. In the rear, I got purple springs with 40 weight oil, so it's pretty firm. I got Hot Racing rod ends on there so they don't stretch, because the factory plastic rod ends and the shocks always stretch out. In the front, I got black springs with 50 weight oil, and that feels really good, so should be pretty good minus all the squeaks. I did fast eddy bearings all the way through. We got all new push rods all the way around. I do have the upgraded aluminum toe links. Those have been holding up pretty good. I chose to go with some new Traxxas tires. I'm hoping that they hold up. I won't be using the self-lighting system, so there shouldn't be any issues with those ripping, because that was what happened to the original ones. You can see here in the front, I don't have, they're a little dirty. They're not very worn because I barely used them. So I'm hoping those hold up good, because they're just like perfect size tires for this truck, and I really liked that aspect of it. We'll see how they hook up. I'm not too sure. I still got that aluminum brace in the back, because that, tends to break when it's plastic super easy. Even the aluminum one bends a little bit. All this stuff in the rear here, I did replace, like the wing mount and all that. That usually gets torn up pretty quick if you land on the back. But yeah, my skills have gotten a little bit better. I'm not sure how big I'll be going with this truck. It's, it's a heavy truck, so it tends to break quite a bit when you crash, but we'll see how it holds up. It's been a pretty solid truck for me. It's not, it is pretty clean. I tried to clean stuff off as I went through it, so I mean, it is, better than it was by a lot, but it's still not like a factory fresh. I didn't go all new chassis or anything. If I did that, it probably would have been a little bit better, but there was stuff that just didn't need to be replaced. But I pretty much, did everything, all the bearings and the transmission, all that stuff. So it should hold up good. The only problems I'm having is with this pinion setup here. The gear is sitting just a little offset like this with my spur gear. It's not nice and centered. It has to do with the factory motor's got a longer shaft, so I went with a ProTech pinion, and they are a little bit shorter, so I was able to get a little bit more mesh set. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. I'm hoping that it holds up and I don't have any problems there, but I guess I'd have to go back to the factory motor, or unless there's a different motor with longer shaft. I didn't pull my hobby wing one out of my armor to test and see, but I was able to get this all on. Part of what I did is I just added some washers behind the motor mount, so I'm hoping that that doesn't mess with the integrity at all. But I was able to, you know, just gain a little bit more space. I didn't put the washers behind the motor mount, rather I put them behind the bolts for the motor mount, so it gave me just a little bit more space towards the back of the truck to try to get that pinion lined up with the spur. But I mean, the truck is rolling really good. I do have metal drive shaft in the front, plastic in the rear still. If the rear one breaks again, I'll probably upgrade, but I had made a mistake when I ordered, so I had already opened the package, but the rear shaft was the wrong size. The front one fits, so that's kind of what I got so far. Not sure what I got for diff fluid. Yeah, no, I think I got 60K front and rear, and the 1 million weight in the center diff, rather. Yeah, so I did change the fluids in those, just not in the center, but the front and rear all new fluid. So I mean, this thing is just really good. This body will get retired. I mean, look at this thing. This thing is mangled. Look at the crack here. Look at that. This thing is just, I mean, it held up decent. I had some flex seal in there with drywall tape. I tried to do my best. This hole is from a GoPro mount I tried to stick on. It just wound up ripping right through the Lexan, so I won't be doing that again. But, you know, you learn things as you go through the hobby, and, you know, with each truck you learn all this stuff. So I got this truck pretty much down. I know how to fix everything on it. I'm hoping it has no problems. It is pretty much ready to rip. All I got to do is program my radio. I went with a Spectrum receiver so I can use my DX5 rugged. So now I got, you know, all kinds of trucks. I think I'm up to like 5 different trucks on this radio. I like it. It's been doing pretty good for me. The one hand thing still is not that great because kind of got smaller hands, but I mean, it works. No big deal. But yeah, you know, this thing will be ready to rip, so stay tuned to the channel. I'll be getting it out soon, and yeah, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. If you want to see this thing in action, make sure you turn on notifications and you subscribe to my channel, and catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.